Hey everyone, Leslie here. Hope you're having a great day. It's kind of gloomy out. I'm having a hard time getting good lighting in this room, so just bear with me. I'll try to brighten it up on the editing. But today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute little bunny rabbit badge reel, which would be perfect and fun for the Easter holidays. And this could be for any healthcare worker or any employee in any field. And it seems like things like this are really popular right now because we're all looking for something to give us a little bit of cheer. So I'm going to show you how I do these, okay? So let me just set her aside, little sweet thing, and show you everything that we're going to need to make this. So the first thing we need is the base, the acrylic shape for her little head and face. As you can see, this is really one of those police badges, but I just kind of made do. Again, like I did with the Grinch, I really liked the shape here for the face. And we just had to kind of figure out what to do with this top part, the weird shape up here. But I'll show you what I did here in a minute. So you need one of these, and the link that the shop I use to get my blanks, I use a couple, but the one I got this one from, I'll put the link in the description. So one of these, of course. And then you also need some kind of silicone mold to make your bows, or you can buy little bows, I guess, because I have these bows here, which helped cover up the weird head shape on the police badge. But so I use this little silicone mold, and it has two little bows here that are essentially the same, and I just created the bows using this UV resin. It's UV hard resin that I get on Amazon. The link for that is below. And all I do to make these is just mix some of this with pink glitter and mix it up and then pour it into the silicone molds. And this kind of UV resin is kind of hard to cure in the UV resin. So you have to make sure you put it under there for several minutes. And what I even do after I've had it like this for a while is turn it upside down so that the top part or the bottom part will get some good UV rays. So there's that. Okay, and again, we will need the UV resin and the glitter to make the resin for the face here. So there's that. We're also going to need some little bunny ears, and for this little project I just used some pink felt. So they're kind of floppy, but you could use like a foam. They have craft foams and things like that if you want it to be a little bit more rigid, but it worked out pretty good on this because the way I set it up, it's behind the bows and it stands up really well. Okay, so you're also going to need the little face design, and you can get those off of Etsy, which I got that right here. I haven't weeded them yet. I've got the eyelashes and her little rosy cheeks and her little heart-shaped nose, which I covered up the little nose with the little pink foam ball that I bought. Little pink foam balls to create her little nose. And I use alcohol to clean up. Alcohol is a good antagonist to the resin. You cannot clean resin with water, forget it. So I always put a little bit of alcohol in a little squirty bottle and keep it handy. And I use the Gorilla super glue to adhere the badge reel to the back of the object, whatever it is. I always use super glue or the Gorilla glue for that. And let's see, we'll need a brush to put on the resin glitter mixture. And I always use the little wooden sticks to stir that up. Also, it's nice to have some scissors around to help with the weeding and all of that. So that's everything you need. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set up the camera so that you can see the overhead of what's going on. So give me 1 minute and we'll get started. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is mix up the UV hard resin with the pink glitter. The glitter that I'm using is called Cameo Pink, and I picked this up. It's a fine glitter, and I picked it up at Walmart, so it's pretty inexpensive. The amount that you mix is just something you have to kind of work with to get it to the consistency that you want it. I'm taking the backing off one side of the little acrylic blank, but I leave the backing on the other side just to keep any extra little drips of the resin from getting on that side. I won't take that off until I'm finished with the front. I like to use another little container as a little pedestal to put the object on to do the resin. It just makes it a little bit easier to get to. Now I'm spreading the resin on evenly, just kind of drawing it out gently with the paintbrush. We're going to put a little bit of bling on the little badge reel. All I do here is I just take a little bit of the glitter and resin mixture and just kind of lightly dip it into that little snap, making a little round shape. Then we put that under the UV light for about 2 minutes. So now I'm making the little resin bows. And all I do here is I just use that same mixture of the resin and the glitter, and I pour it halfway into the little containers. I don't fill them all the way up. This one's a pretty deep set silicone mold, and I didn't want them to be as thick as the mold is, so I just filled them halfway. Kind of pushed it down a little bit with the popsicle stick. And then I put that under the UV resin light for about 2 minutes. So now I'm going to go ahead and put a second coat of the glitter and resin mixture on here just to make it a little bit brighter and not so see-through. So again, I'm just spreading it around, letting the paintbrush kind of lightly touch it and spread it around to all the edges. So now it's time to put the cute little bunny face on. I got the bunny face SVG cut file off of Etsy. I'll leave the link for that down below. I already weeded it and put it on this transfer tape and then just rubbed it on gently and pulled it off. And so now we have cute little bunny face. So now we're ready to put a layer of resin, a clear resin, over the little vinyl face. and that will give it extra protection. So there's no glitter in this, it's just a clear resin, that same UV hard resin that we've been using. I'm going to file the bottoms of the bows so that they will adhere better to the badge reel. I adhere those to the badge reel using super glue, and you'll see that in a minute. Now I'm adding a clear coat of resin over the bows so they'll sparkle a little bit more. And that's going to go under the UV light for 2 minutes as well. Now it's time to put on the little bunny ears. These are felt bunny ears that I cut out, a little pattern, and cut them out of the felt. And all I do is I go ahead here and take off the backing from the other side of the badge reel, and then I apply a little bit of Elmer's clear glue. And then I'm going to set it on top of the bunny ears. And then I put the little nose on with that same glue. I have to use the tweezers because it's so small, and I want to get it right on that little nose where it's supposed to be. Now for the little resin bows. I had a little trouble with these. I started out by applying them with super glue, but for some reason the Gorilla super glue, it would not stick quickly. I guess it's the substance of the resin. So eventually I ended up just using resin on the bottoms of the bows, and I put them back on the little rabbit face, and I put that under the UV light, and that worked. So now it's time for us to put this on the little badge reel. And again, I do use the Gorilla Super Glue, and you got to make sure to put it on that outer edge there, because if you just put it in that center part, it's not level with the acrylic badge and it won't adhere good. So you want to make sure to get it outside that little circle and press it on there pretty firmly, making sure that you have it straight. All right, everyone, that concludes my little tutorial on how to make this little badge reel bunny. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more stuff like this, then hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you can be reminded of anything I have up and coming. Have a great day.